Hey everyone, welcome back with Bean O Mac. Today is more of a personal list rather than a review or fact-based Aki video. Here I will rank my 10 favorite professional wrestlers to play as in the Aki Corporation created games and explain a little bit of why that is. If you're interested in more of these, let me know down below. Like and subscribe for Aki content every Sunday. Now let's get into it. Starting off at number 10 is the Ultimo Dragon. I'm not much of a WCW fan, but when I first started playing the early Aki titles, Ultimo was always sort of a go-to for me. He is a luchador with a good mix of strikes and pin combos without feeling bloated. I was drawn to him because of his awesome attire, as well as the colors always popped to me. I don't think I've seen a bad Ultimo Dragon color scheme. He's always there in the Aki games where I struggle to find another wrestler to latch onto, whether it be World Tour, Revenge, or the Virtual Pro Wrestling. The Ultimo Dragon is a comfortable character and always stands out amongst the rest of the roster. The only issue I have with him is that damn running powerbomb finish. It's mostly fine in Virtual Pro 2 because you can move where you want in a grapple state, but in earlier games where that isn't possible, 9 times out of 10, I get a damn rope break. So because of that annoyance, he is only at number 10. Are you too cool? Mothers, lock up your daughters, because Scotty is on the prowl and ain't nobody safe. To clarify, I don't mean that tall lame or Scott Too Hot Taylor. Only Scotty from WWF No Mercy is on this list. He gets the exclusive right here because in 2000, he was the man. With superfly dance moves, cool attires, and of course, the greatest move in all of pro wrestling, the worm. Yup, in No Mercy, if you taunt while your opponent is on the mat, they will stay down while you get your groove on. And when it's over, you can unleash that devastating chop before you go out on top. Since he only has one appearance though, I gotta put Scotty on the lower end of the list, but he is a blast to play, and you might say he has wormed his way into the hearts of millions, myself included. Number 8 on the list is the British Bulldog. To clarify once more, this is Davey Boy Smith we're talking about here. Sorry Dynamite Kid fans, but this is the real British Bulldog as far as I'm concerned. Starting in Revenge, the Bulldog feels like a traditional wrestler with power moves thrown in. His attires are the best in this game too, with the option of his short trunks and long pants with the British flag colors. His power slam was sort of weak, but you could do up to 3 in one special meter if you were fast enough. Sadly, he just seems to have missed the cut in WrestleMania 2000, as he wasn't even fucking there. But he returns once more in No Mercy with his late 99 appearance. His stock had admittedly fallen a lot at this point, and they didn't even include the option for classic attires. Not even in the shop, but he still functions relatively similar to his run in Revenge. Legend in the industry by this point, the Bulldog was in the twilight of his career at the point of the Aki games, but that doesn't mean he isn't a fun inclusion. Though he is a tad bit dull compared to other characters on this list. So the best I can do is number 8. The Rock is one of the most popular superstars in both wrestling and Hollywood today. A man of the people with countless signature moves to boot. His debut in Mania 2000 is kinda average. He's missing a lot that makes him great in the sequel No Mercy, but he is still a decent fun to play as. In No Mercy though, everything gets better. The Rock upped his wrestling game a lot in 2000, adding a wide variety of new techniques to his arsenal. So, in No Mercy, he is a completely different person almost. They added the armbar, 2 signature clotheslines, the spine buster, his iconic taunts, and they beefed up the people's elbow to really give it that end of match impact it was missing in WrestleMania 2000. Not to mention some of the best attires with enough clothing options to make countless extra outfits that are available in the shop as well. The Rock was the headliner of No Mercy and was made into one of the most unique Aki wrestlers in the series with this game. Kane is my favorite wrestler of all time. However, that didn't always translate to the games. See, he had this intense presence about him, and to this day is one of the coolest wrestlers in history. He is a blast to play as in No Mercy and WrestleMania with once again some of the coolest attire choices in the series. He was massive at the time, but he always felt smaller than he should be in these games, especially in Mania 2000. But y'all let me know in the comments if I'm just crazy. The snap powerbomb, those powerful clotheslines including off the top rope, the chokeslam all the way from hell. Kane was awesome in these games and represents the power wrestlers that I love to play as in these games perfectly while looking so badass doing it. Number 6 has gotta be Kane. Although The Rock was the star of No Mercy, WrestleMania 2000 came out while Austin was at his peak. He is one of the most unconventional wrestlers in the industry with a roughneck brawler style. Unlike Rock, though, Stone Cold was consistent in both appearances, making him reliable. He has his signature elbow drop, the Lou Thesz press followed up by punches, and of course the oh so satisfying Stone Cold Stunner. A lot of people love the Diamond Cutter in these games, but I find the Stone Cold Stunner to be the most satisfying finisher to pull off in these games, and if fast enough, you can punish your opponents with 3 in 1 special meter. Although it's so powerful, you only likely need 1 in these games. I'm here to raise some hell. Stone Cold is the man for the job. When you play as Stone Cold, you don't play as a wrestler, you play as a guy ready to whip some ass, and doing so is some of the most fun I've had in these games, period. Surprised? This list has been dominated mostly by WWF guys, but Hayabusa, like Ultimo Dragon, is like a comfort pick for me personally. He is consistent from game to game for the most part and has a badass look to boot. Once again, no bad outfit color options here. The difference here though is his move variety. The issue I had with a lot of the cruiserweights or junior heavyweights is that they had too many moves that connected with pins for my liking, and the Ultimo Dragon is sorta guilty of this as well. Hayabusa's spinning Falcon Arrow isn't ideal, but it still leagues better than the running powerbomb. His taunts and striking options are also fun, as well as his running jumping punch is so fun to bust people open with. Overall, Hayabusa is just fun to play as with an amazing move diversity that keeps me coming back and is even one of the reasons why I love World Tour as a whole. There might be some in the comments who will be disappointed in this choice. Triple H isn't my favorite, but I always have found him to be fun to play as in wrestling games in general. For WrestleMania and No Mercy, I love the smoothness of his gameplay. He has some of my favorite moves in the series. They may be simple to you, but that is why I love them. They are powerful moves that are purposely button mapped to be easy to learn and remember. Some highlights include the snake eyes, the underhook suplex that always tricked me into thinking my opponent had reversed, so it really is a bummer when they actually do. Those suplex moves map to the strong B grapple options, the jumping knee, the high flying knee, the knee facebuster, the spinning back suplex, and of course these games have the most devastating looking pedigrees I've ever seen. I also don't think the Cerebral Assassin has a single bad attire in any of his appearances either, so all this put together makes him that damn good. I guess you could say he really is the game. Okay, on to the next one. The Undertaker is cool, make no mistake about it. But like some others on this list, he isn't someone I love watching in real life. He isn't bad and has my respect for all time, but I just have other favorites is all. But in the WWF Aki games, the Phenom has no peers. Every move of his is a blast. He is the perfect combination of speed and strength. Kane has awesome, powerful clotheslines to set him apart, but the Dead Man is clearly the original. You have a wide plethora of different attires to choose from, or create from options in the SmackDown Mall, cool taunts, one of the best entrances in 2000, 2 face options as well, and unlike Kane, I feel like they gave him that added size to really make him stand out as an intimidating presence compared to anyone else in these games. He has incredible power moves like the Snap Powerbomb, Chokeslam, that dastardly chokehold, mixed in with his more agile attacks like Old School, the over-the-top rope dive, the hook kick, which I never seen him use, and to top it off, 2 finishers with either the Tombstone Pile Driver in WrestleMania or the Last Ride in No Mercy. The Undertaker is an unstoppable force in the Aki games, just like on-screen television. That's right, our number 1 is the Black Ninja. To clarify, not the Great Sasuke, the World Tour exclusive Black Ninja. In other games of the series, he has different moves, even if they differ just slightly, but that side DDT, throwing the opponent in the corner and running up them like it's nothing, the badass taunts, the leg drop, the cartwheel to back elbow, cool appearances while repping one of the coolest arenas, the Independent Union, and that crucifix powerbomb pin. The Black Ninja is my favorite fictional character in any wrestling game period, and has always and will always be the most fun wrestler to play as in any wrestling game ever. While compiling this list, I had only him in mind when it came to number 1, and while Hayabusa and Ultimo are comforting picks in the early games, that's only when the Black Ninja needs to take a break. That's my list for today, folks. I hope you all enjoyed it, and please let me know in the comments below your favorite Aki wrestlers and why. I'd love to hear your opinions for real. Why don't you trust me? Anyway, if you want more subjective rankings and insight to my preferences, please make sure to hit the subscribe button for daily content. Ring the bell to be notified of Aki content every single Sunday, including but not limited to more rankings, playthroughs, comparisons, and reviews. Above all else, remember to have a nice day.